What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and welcome to the Tar Heel Huddle on a Thursday night, man. The night before call-in show, if you will, man. Carolina, Virginia, the South's oldest rivalry. And if you ask me, dude, it's time to get some get back, man. It's time to get some get back from that 2023 game where Carolina was ranked number 10 in the country. Virginia was absolutely atrocious, and they were able to come into Chapel Hill and completely, seemingly derail our entire stinking season. So, seems like the tables are turned a little bit, and there should be all kinds of stinking, incentive, if you will. Thank you, my love. Um, to get wife is up making sure I take my vitamins, or she's trying to get my life insurance. I don't stinking know. But anyway, all kinds of stinking incentive, man, to you know, play hard, dude. Play hard and get this stinking W, man. I'm actually really excited about this football game. If for nothing more than I saw a tremendous amount of improvement from, it seems like every other P4 team that we played. And the fact that Carolina was able to go out to the West Coast with all the turmoil that was surrounding the team and play fairly complimentary football and probably should have got that W, it gives me a little bit of hope. I am extremely cautiously optimistic, if you will. So I'm hoping that Coach Belichick can stinky get this thing done, man. Shout out to Press, who's in here, said, "What's up, hooligans?" Sweet throwback. Yeah, man. It looks like we're not gonna stink and see these 90s throwbacks at all, Press. So we'll see how that stinking goes. What's up, Quan? Good to see you in here, brother. Do me a favor, man. Only got a couple of people in here. Hit that like button for me if you haven't already. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, if this is your first time to the call-in show, there's only two rules. Subscribe to the channel, call into the show, give me your score prediction. And if you hit that thing on the nail, man, right now the pot is at 575 stinking dollars, bro. So who couldn't use that? Doesn't cost you a dime. Only thing you got to do is subscribe to the channel and call into the show and give me your score prediction. We've only had one winner, and in the 2 years that we've been doing this, and it's yours truly. And that was way back in week 3 of last year. So it is possible, but you got to call into the show, man. So we'll jump right into this thing. We'll go ahead and, like we always do, I'm going to go through the weather. We'll go through just a couple of admin ordeals before we open up these phone lines. And, we'll chop it up, dude. Call me. Let me know what you think about this heels and who's. And we'll have a good time doing it, man. So weather should be very nice, except for y'all boys that are going up there early. I know Press is going to be up there early at the game, man. 64 degrees is a high. 41 at night. So looks like we're going to have very fair weather, but it might be a little chilly in the morning, dude. Might be a little chilly in the morning. So you're probably looking at, 50s, upper 50s, lower 60s to mid 60s around game time. Pretty good football weather if you ask me, especially if you're going to go out there, put a little hoodie on, dude, and you'll be straight. But can't complain about the weather at all. Carolina is going with the classic look. This is Carolina football's X, Virginia versus North Carolina, the 130th edition of the South's oldest rivalry, and no changes. Looks like this is going to be kind of status quo for the Heels for the remainder of the season. Which I want to go through some of these. I want to go through some of these comments because I think that they're, kind of gives you a little feel how Tar Heel Nation thinks about it. And there's some kind of mixed emotions in this, in the fact that Carolina has not changed up, if you will, the uniform. So this guy, I think this is North Carolina Sports Network, says, finally UNC's focusing on the brand and not the constant fascination with costume changes, which I think is a fair and valid point, right? Somebody had pointed out when Carolina introduced black into the uniform, which is not a stinking school color, and a lot of people were not happy with that uniform. I was not happy with the uniform. I thought it looked atrocious. And this guy seems to be kind of thinking the same thing. He says, great job by Belichick and Go Hills. Classic brands do not goofy Do not do goofy combinations. You look at Georgia and Alabama and, all the big time schools and everything, right? It's got a plain, simple uniform. If it did the constant week to week brand viscosity, would have resulted in more wins over the Fedora awful looks and Brown 2.0 era. Okay, touche. Um, this person says, y'all keep saying that. Just say the colors. We know we aren't as cool as the other schools with alternates. So this person does not like the fact that Carolina's not changing up the unis. That's nonsensical. Can we have a uniform switch up, please? Nicole likes the uniforms. Quaz, I think that's right. Quaz says, we want the navy blue. There were some of us that thought that we were going to get some navy blue. We have not seen that yet. No navy blue to this point. I'm actually a little, surprised, if you will, about the lack of change, man, with the uniforms. I just thought that maybe we'd see a couple here and there. But as the 33rd NFL team, I'm sure that Bill he's going to be kind of a status quo guy. Brian says there's only one border bash in the South, and that is Georgia versus South Carolina with the I don't know emoji. I had to comment on that one because I think that that's the most ridiculous thing ever. I said South Carolina never beats Georgia, but we always beat South Carolina. Everyone knows who the real Carolina is. We like being on top. Just had to point that out, man, in case some of these South Carolina people jump in here, dude. We're on top for a reason, big guy. There's only one border bash. It's Georgia and South Carolina. I didn't even know that was a thing. Go Hill says they should go to the 90s unis. Davion says not only has Bill ruined our chances of winning games, but he also is ruining our jersey game. Switch the unis up for crying out loud at UNC football. So this guy is stinking pissed that we're not seeing uniform changes. Are they not allowed to wear any other uniform combination? So there you have it, man. Kind of mixed emotions about the whole uniform thing. I have always said that I thought that this was the best look at home. I do think occasionally switching it up, but if you're gonna wear blue and blue, I'm not a big fan of the all blue, so I like the white breeches. I'm good with it. Unless we do something crazy like a navy blue or the 80s throwback, which I think we'll see eventually. So you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think about the uniform game. Very interested to see what Tar Heel Nation thinks about that, because it has been Carolina blue helmet. You're either wearing a white or blue jersey and stinking white breeches every game this season, and we're at game 7, man. So number 16 Virginia comes to Kenan Stadium, noon kickoff, ACC Network. We will be live for a live reaction and watch party. Virginia's rolling right now, dude. 6-1, 3-0 in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Obviously, the Hills are struggling, 2-4, 0-2 in the ACC, and this will be a great victory to kind of set the bar where it needs to be. Matchup indicator is holding strong, 84.1% for the Virginia Cavaliers to come into Chapel Hill. And the spread right now, according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook, still has it holding strong at 10.5 points. If you haven't checked out the preview and prediction show, go ahead and do that, man, following this video or obviously before the kick. But that kind of goes into, keys to victory and all those kind of things, man. So, like I said, I believe, and maybe the world is going to be laughing at me, on Saturday night. But I believe that Carolina can compete in this game, and the Who's better stinking watch out, man. The Who's better stinking watch out. Louie in the house, Chris in the house. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you guys stopping by. So, yeah, we're 10 minutes in. Like I said, I had to get through some admin stuff. Make sure, for my stinking Tar Heels, not to make this a basketball thing. We will have the live reaction and watch party tomorrow for the exhibition game between Carolina and BYU at 9. And then noon, Carolina and stinking Virginia. And we'll see if Carolina can get a really big victory that will hopefully shut a lot of mouths, man. We'll stink and see. So, without further ado, let me go back over here to the live screen real quick, and let me make it to where all you fine people can call in. And the phone lines are open, man. The phone lines are open. 919-590-3514. Give me a call. Press, if I got that wrong, make sure you stinking put in there again. Hey, dude, you got the wrong phone number, bro. Um, Call into the show. Let me know what you think about Carolina and Virginia. And see if you can win this $575, man. You guys already know what my stinking prediction is. What's going on, Preston?
Hey, Russ, what you know, man?
What's up, brother? What you got for me, man?
So, I agree with you. This could be one of those Virginia. I mean, they're 3-0. They only lost to NC State. NC State's not that good, but they did lose to them. It's Virginia, man. They're going to trip up somewhere. This is a classic trap game for them. 12 o'clock noon. North Carolina's not doing anything. Carolina's got to have at least one game they play over their heads.
Right.
I don't know. And that, if we hold on to the ball, now if we turn it over, we can't beat anybody. But honestly, I do think we have a puncher's chance in this thing. Against Clemson, I picked us to win, but I really, deep down the side, didn't think we had much of a chance. And even California, if you put me to the lie detector test, I really do think we do have a chance against Virginia.
Yeah.
And so the way I think it's going to play out, even though Luka Bovich, or however you say his name, is not able to play for the basketball team right now, Belichick's never been scared to skirt the rules a little bit. He comes in, blocks the game time extra point for Virginia. We win, no time left, 21-20.
What's
Luka
the final score again?
Bogovic. 21-20, last second block of the extra point.
With Luka blocking the extra point.
Yeah. Bill let him play. He ain't scared.
I like it, man. I still like it, dude. I like he will, right? All he's got to do is be on scholarship, right? And then bring him over.
He's tall. He can jump. So,
it's
a good plan, personally.
I hear you, man. Are you going to be there early?
Yeah, again, anybody that wants to go, we're not really doing the big grill thing, breakfast again the third time. We're getting Bojangles biscuits, but anybody's still welcome to come by.
100%.
Moorhead Planetarium, we'll be there probably 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that.
All right, that sounds good. So if you're going to the game, Preston the guys over there at Moorhead Planetarium, man, great group of people, man. Go hang out with them. And I promise you that you'll have a good time, dude. 12 o'clock kick. Hey, make sure you put your hoodie on, Press. And
yeah, I got you.
It's gonna be a little nipply out there, dude. So we'll see what happens, man. But I'm like you, dude. I think that Carolina's got a fighter's chance, dude. It's as long as they can hold the football, like you said, and we'll see if Gio can somehow build off of. He looked a little bit better during the Cal game, so we'll see if he can build off of that and we'll see what happens, man. But I definitely don't think that the Virginia Cavaliers are unbeatable.
Yeah, I mean, he did, and California's not any good, but if you got to get a little bit of confidence from at least being in the game,
right?
The game and all these other ones. So, and again, if Virginia, but it's Virginia. Come on, man. Give them props. They beat Louisville. I never thought they'd beat Louisville.
Right.
But maybe it's me rooting for Mac Brown teams. You're on top of the world, and all of a sudden the next game you lose inexplicably, and I feel like they're right for the picking on that thing. But could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot, but
Yeah, me too. But I'm right there with you, bro. We shall see, my friend. We shall see.
So, hey, I loved your preview show. It was funny. I liked it.
That's man. I appreciate you, Press.
Heck yeah, I appreciate your hard work, man. And I'll talk to you later.
All right, Press. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, man.
All right, bye.
All right, later. My man, Press, dude. Preston said Carolina 21-20, man. I stinking love that guy. I really do. I've known Preston now for 3 years. Preston has been Gosh, man, as far as the channel is concerned, dude, he's one of my right hand guys, dude. He really is, man. Love that guy to death, and I feel like I've known him for forever. So, pretty cool, man. Preston said 21-20, and like I said, if you guys get a chance, if you're going to the game, make sure you stop by Moorhead Planetarium and hang out with those guys, man. Great group of people. I promise you'll have a good time, and it's a great place to kind of kick off the game, man. Kick off the game with some fellow Tar Heels, dude. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Virginia Cavaliers in Kenan Stadium tomorrow or on Saturday. I'm very much expecting that. But if you're not doing anything and you're in the area, go support the team, man. Go stinking support the team, dude. So phone number's down on the bottom, dude. 919. What is it? 590-3514, man. Give me a call. Let me know what you think about this football game. Does Carolina have a puncher's chance? What needs to be done in order for the Heels to compete against the Virginia Cavaliers? I don't want to completely give away everything, because I want you guys to go check out the preview and prediction show. I mean, a lot of work goes into that, believe it or not. It's very time consuming to try to be entertaining in any way, shape, or form. And sometimes you're running out of ideas and you get writer's block and, and then, everything else that's going on in life. So if you get a chance, go and check that out because it does help the channel. But one of the things that I think Carolina's got to do, man, is they've got to score in different areas. I don't think that the offense is as bad as, unfortunately, Kitchens is calling it. I do believe that they got the personnel to not be a great offense by any stretch of the imagination, but a better offense than they've been. I just don't think that there are just absolutely no pieces there. But if nothing is going to change on that end, one of the things that I've said is that we've got to get playmakers opportunities with the football in their hand. Guys with wheels, man, like Chris Culliver in the kick return game. Why do we not have these guys that can find a seam and once they hit it, you ain't catching them? You are not stinking catching them. It's little things like that that can change the game. It's the difference between Carolina potentially winning 25 to 21 out at Cal. So that's just kind of my food for thought. But we'll stink and see. I think the defense has got to play well. Because obviously, like I said, Virginia's scoring the ninth most amount of points in the country. They're averaging 40 points per game. But when you go over and look at what they've done here recently, they've been in some stinking battles, man. Go over here to Virginia. They beat Florida State in double overtime, 46-38. So that was 2 OTs of points right there. Louisville, which that is an impressive win to go to Louisville and beat them 30-27. But then, it was a safety towards the end of the game against Washington State that got them over the daggum hump. And kind of like Preston alluded to, man, like at what point do these close victories kind of catch up to you? And then at what point, does Carolina kind of get over the hump? I'm really hoping that's what we're talking about Saturday night, is that Carolina just caught them at the right time, and that they were able to build off the Cal game, and that all these close wins right here finally caught up to the Hoos. It really does remind me a lot of 2023 when Carolina was ranked number 10 in the country, and we thought that we were going to stink and dog walk them out of Chapel Hill, and we found ourselves in a battle that we couldn't overcome, even with guys like Drake May and Omarion Hampton on the same field. So, a lot has to happen for us. It has to go right. We might have to score on special teams in order to really have a shot. The defense is going to have to stink and play lights out. We are going to have to run the football. We are going to have to control the clock, but I still have faith that Bill Belichick has the wherewithal, if you will, to be smart in his game planning. He's trying to figure some things out. It may take a little bit more time than what we initially, anticipated, But that's really kind of where we're at, man. I know Press said they forgot that Hampton was on the team, 2 years ago. It was crazy, bro. Gosh, it was so crazy, man. The Virginia game should have never happened. I remember that was one of the worst feelings that I felt in a long time, man, losing to Virginia that game. Because if I'm not mistaken, you know, uh, Carolina had just beaten the Canes, didn't they? 2023. Yeah, bro, they had just beaten Miami and beaten them handily, 41-31. That's right. I remember that game. Drake May had a 273 passing, and Hampton had a buck 97, and then Tez Walker had 132 yards. Bro, it's like, dude, we're here, man. We're stinking here, dude. And then they dropped two straight against Virginia, and then at Georgia Tech, dude. Those hurt. Those cut deep. Those stinking cut deep. They stinking cut deep, man. Chris said, yeah, there's the uniform combo right there. I know Preston already hooked you up, Chris. Uniform combo, blue lids, blue jersey, white breeches. Staying with the classic, man. The South's oldest rivalry. I like how they got Tyler Thompson on here, man. Shout out to Tyler Thompson. Had a real good game against Cal. 2 sacks. Really made himself known. A little bit more. He's a little bit slender of a build from a guy that you usually have at that position, man. But he had one hell of a ball game, dude. Hopefully he can duplicate it against the stinking Who's. We got 14 in here, man. Do me a favor. Hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button for me. And somebody else has got to want this thing at $575, man. Chris said he can't call in tonight. I got you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Somebody else has got to want this 575 bones. So Press has got it a 1-point dub for Carolina, 21-20. Little Russ, what's your score, man? Come in here and give us your score prediction. Okay. Well, say it where everybody can hear you. Come on, loud. Say it with your chest. 24-21. North Carolina. Ooh, man. Little Russ said 24-21 Heels. What's going on? My favorite stinking Yinzer, dude. This is the only Yankee in the whole world that I stinking love, man. What's up, Hutch?
Not a man, I want that money. And for some reason, my animals, like when they make their predicts, they don't understand the score prediction.
Right.
They just go for their pick, like, hey, I'm picking a winner.
What you got for me, man?
I'm going to go, man, my score prediction. And the Steuben Tiger himself told me Virginia, 34, Heels 17.
Ooh, doubling them up. So how does this fold out, man? Is it your typical just really bad, is it just Carolina as of old, or?
The thing is, Russ, man, is like, this offense week to week to week just is not that good, man. It struggles to be anything resembling consistent.
Right.
It's like when your quarterback, a good performance is, 167 yards through the air, and you're completing what, like 19 of 36 or something of that nature. And that's an improved good performance. That's a step up.
Yeah.
That speaks, you're averaging, you have no more than 20 points against an FBS opponent, and 18 is your most points against a Power 4 opponent.
Yep.
Until I see more,
man.
And the thing is you say what you want. Virginia has, they've been good, and it's people kind of, you look at Washington State, and it's like, look at Washington State did in Oxford, Mississippi, scaring the crap out of the number 4 team in the nation, taking them to the limit the week before.
That is true.
Do I think Virginia is, a national title contender? No, but is that a damn good football team? And the thing that I think sets them apart is they've been in dogfights. You get to a point where it's like, hey, man, we've been in this situation. We've been down 10 points in the fourth quarter. We won.
Right.
We don't fear anything. Hey, we get into a dogfight. We've been here before. This is where we want to be.
Right.
You know, they dog-fought Louisville, beat them in overtime. You know,
Yeah.
beat Florida State. Florida State still had something to play for in overtime. It's just they keep finding ways to win, and that's
Right.
what good teams do. They're finding ways to win. I think they're averaging 38, 39 points a game. So,
yeah, I mean, I you know, like I've told everybody, man, maybe it's wishful thinking, call it a hunch. I mean, I'm just hoping that at this point, you know, Carolina is slowly rising, and you know, we just catch Virginia at the right time. Like I said, and then I go back to 2023 where the tables were completely turned. Carolina was undefeated, top 10 in the country at home, and the Virginia is 1-5. They're just getting blitzed by everybody, and so they shouldn't even be on the same field as us. But they end up beating us by what, 3? You know, so it's just it's almost, I don't know. Like I said, it could be wishful thinking. You know, but for some reason, man, I gotta maybe it's wishful thinking, but I got a small little a little whisper in my ear, man, saying, "Hey, man, Bill is about to stinking like he's about to turn this around in some way, shape, or form. Not that we're gonna be competing for a title in the ACC, but we're gonna start being competitive in football games, and you know, like I said, we got to see it. Is there any reason that I should have made the selection of the pick that I did aside from gut feeling? No, 0. Um, but you know, I just wonder how many times you can get away with those close ball games, and and not eventually it coming up and nipping you at the ass, you know, when you end up dropping one. And it's Virginia. You know, it's not to take anything away from Virginia, but it's Virginia. It's not like we're talking about you know, the Georgia Bulldogs or something like that. Like, they're playing good football, they're beating who they should beat, but at the end of the day, it's still UVA. You know, maybe that's how people feel about North Carolina even when they're, you know, halfway decent. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm hoping that Gio can build off of the little success that he had. He looked a little bit more confident, a little bit more competent in the pocket. Still didn't, you know, wasn't thrilled with what I saw. Um,
right.
but maybe they can sneak him at home, bro. That's kind of what I'm banking on. Plus, we can't keep picking the same. We gotta separate ourselves somewhere in the leaderboard. So this is my shot, dude, to take the lead against the Great Hutch.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I can see what you're thinking, and hey, sometimes you just got to take those out of the blue hunches that this is the time that they turn it around. I mean, I'm just looking at it from the perspective that I think Virginia is a team that's focused, and I think they know that. You look at their second half schedule, and their toughest game is at Duke. I mean, they really there's no contender in the last, you know, second half of their schedule. Like, there's no SMU, there's no Miami, no Georgia Tech sitting there. You know, it's not even a Pitt to a lesser extent.
Right.
You know, they've got Wake, which, you know, could be a trap game for them. They got North Carolina. I think they've got Virginia Tech, and I want to say maybe Stanford. I mean, they don't have a tough schedule. I mean, they honestly have the opportunity to be undefeated in Charlotte, waiting for, you know, SMU, Miami, Georgia Tech, whomever, Louisville, in the ACC title game. And I think that they're focused on that. And I think this is step one of, hey, we control our own destiny, and we've got a pretty fairly, I hate to say easy, but we got a far better road than a lot of other people.
Right.
So, you know, I think they come in. I think they remember, too. They remember what happened last year on their own field, where they got the doors blown off them, you know, and I think they want a little payback. They want to come in and, okay, we remember last year in Charlottesville.
That makes sense. That makes sense, man. I mean, yeah, because that was not supposed to be the outcome of that football game last year. So, I mean, they could come in with a chip on their shoulder as well. I don't know, man. I mean, you know, even considering the fact that you know, Tony Elliott's 17-24 in his fourth season at UVA.
Yeah.
And so they've never won. And a lot of teams, man, struggle with, like, if you've never won, you know, it's sometimes it's kind of a learning curve with dealing with success. And so, like I said, I'm not I'm not at all, trying to take away from UVA as a better football team at this point. I would be remiss to say otherwise. It's just I don't know, some of the things that are kind of lining up that I'm hoping potentially could lead to maybe them slipping up. And maybe I'm just reliving some really bad Carolina moments where we should not have lost football games that we ended up losing
Right.
in similar situations.
Yeah, but I give Tony Elliott all the credit because you look, he's had some signature wins. He's got that win against the top 10 North Carolina team. He's beaten Pitt twice, at Heinz Field in games that Pitt should not have lost. And
Yeah.
the thing I give him credit for is in watching them over the last couple of years, those kids play their asses off for him. I mean, there's no quit. They're not losing games because these guys just don't buy in. They just haven't had the talent.
Right.
And now that you've got talent, they bought into what this guy has done, and he's building a culture. I think he's got a culture there.
Right.
So, and again, this might be the year. And I remember when we did the ACC preview show, I said, look, man, this is like my ultimate sleeper team is Virginia, because if Chandler Morris plays the way that he could play, and they brought in Harrison Whaley, who, people don't know, my group of 5 team is with Wyoming Cowboys, and Harrison Whaley was a stud for Wyoming. Missed all last season with an injury, and they went 3-9. And I'm like, hey, he's out of Virginia through the portal. Kid's a bowling ball, great back. If they get some offensive production, especially at the quarterback position, with that schedule, because they sort of had one of the lighter schedules, they missed a lot of the big boys, save for Louisville, they can make some noise, and they're doing just that.
Yeah. It's true. It is true, my friend. It's true.
So, I mean, honestly, I think, and I thought about it today, man, I think next week is going to be the potential really kind of bounce back or just get things turned around with a win game for the Tar Heels. On Halloween, you're at Syracuse. And honestly, just, I mean, you talk about a team that's just, they are a complete 180 from what they were with Steve Angeli to where they are now.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the games they played since he went down, it's like, they got pounded at home by Duke, like 38-3. They went to SMU in a game where I want to say it was like 31-8. It wasn't even that close. It was not that close.
Right.
And Pitt went up there last week and did not play a good game and still beat them 30-13.
Right.
And to their credit, the Syracuse defense played well. They took advantage of the fact that Pitt had 2 O-line starters out. They had, I think, 7 sacks. They pressured Heinzel, but their offense was god-awful.
Yeah.
And their quarterback play is atrocious. I mean, Howard threw 3 picks. I think they had 6 first downs through late in the third quarter, literally right before the fourth. They had 6 first downs on offense.
When Jelly went down during the Clemson game, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So since then, they've scored 3 against Duke, 18 against SMU, and 13 against Pitt. So that's 31-34 divided by 3. That's actually less points per game since Angeli went down than Carolina's been scoring, because Carolina's been averaging about 12 points per game since in the last 3 games. So that is kind of crazy to think about. Carolina scoring 12 and Syracuse is scoring 11. If you thought that it couldn't get worse, go look at the Orange.
Well, it can. Yeah, I mean, their offense was just bad. And I kind of felt bad for them. Not really, because that's, the only rival we really have left is Syracuse.
Right.
But the defense played well enough for them to win. The defense only gave up 23. They had a punt return right before the end of the half. They were down 10-7, give up a 65-yard punt return, and it's 17-7 at the half. And the defense, to their credit, had a couple, had a turnover, had a couple. I mean, they had sacks. They kept it behind the sticks. They did a good job, and offense just couldn't do anything. It was turnovers and 3 and outs and failed drives, and it ended up beating them. So, I would look at it next week, and I think next week might be the game that hey, coming off a loss to Virginia, you're 2-5. You go in there and you beat Syracuse at their house. Okay, now things start to turn. It's like, can we get 3 more in the last 5 games or 4 games to get the bowl eligibility by beating our rivals? Can we go in and take care of Wake? Can we beat NC State, where, I mean, I guess Dave's on the hot seat, always on the hot seat, and then it's like, can you pull an upset over Duke?
Right.
Yeah,
because
in the games,
rivalry games and everything. Like I said, I just hope that it starts this week against Virginia. Then we can go up to Syracuse and beat a listless Syracuse team, and then we can host Stanford. And then what do you know, man? Next thing you know, we're on a 3-game winning streak. We're back over 500, and then we go into like I said, this is wishful thinking, but
Yeah. That's what I love about you, Russ. You are an eternal optimist, man.
I try not to be so pessimistic, but sometimes, man, I wouldn't consider myself an optimist. I am very much in tune with reality. But I'm just saying it's possible. If I was a betting man, I would not pick the heels. Um,
Yeah. It's
if
going to
I
be
didn't
one of
have
those
this
things
stinking
where
gut, if I didn't just have this gut feeling, which everybody will be laughing at me Saturday night, being like, "Hey, stop it, Russ, stop." So we'll see, man. We'll stink and see.
well, I mean, my dog already thinks he's smarter than both of us, so
Yeah.
he's got no losses, man. He's 1-0.
He's 1-0, bro. And at the end of this week, man, either you or me is gonna be we're gonna be ahead. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if this old hunch of mine can beat the great Hutch
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
score
hey, look
prediction.
at it this way, man. Even if Virginia does beat the Heels, immediately after you can change over and you can watch Pitt beat NC State for you.
Oh yeah, 100%,
Just
bro.
just,
Hail to
just a
Pitt.
little bit of sap for that one, just a little bit,
Yeah. Hail to
to watch
Pitt
the Panthers take care of the Wolfpack.
this week. Yes, sir. Yep, 100%, brother. 100%, man. 100%.
But
I appreciate you, Hutch, man. I got you
absolutely,
locked in here, brother.
and I will be there for the watch party, 11
sir.
a.m. on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I'm looking forward to
That
it, man.
hour
I'm looking
ahead, baby.
forward
We
to
get
it.
that 11 a.m. kickoff here on Central Time.
Yeah. Over there in Texas. Yes, sir.
Yep.
I got you, brother. I got you, man. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Hutch, man. I love you, bro, and hopefully you can win this stinking money, dude. Actually, you know what? That means Virginia wins. Hopefully you don't win this money this week, but we'll get you on the next one when you pick Carolina.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
All right, man. Later. My man, our favorite stinking Yinzer, the great Hutch, dude. 3417 UVA. We shall see, man. Carlton in the chat, dude. What's up, bro? What's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Press, I think he definitely he threw the cat at the Virginia helmet. And he also assisted the mutant when he picked the Clemson Tigers too, man. Hutch is kind of like, funnel him that way. I see it too, man. I see what you're doing, Hutch. I see what you're doing, Hutch. No, it is kind of weird, man, that the dog and the cat both went away from Carolina like immediately. It must be that animal instinct, dude. MC25A said the Who's are due to drop one. Yeah, man, that's kind of what I'm thinking, putting all my money in, dude. Putting all my money in. 919-590-3514. Call into the show. Give me your score prediction, man. Who can't use 575 stinking bones? All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, call into the show, give me your score prediction, and you will be locked in for the $575 score prediction. The pot is getting bigger and bigger, man. It seems like we're getting less and less callers every week, too. So eventually this thing's going to stink and have a comma in it. But yeah, like I said, man, there are really very few reasons to pick the Heels aside from their home. And maybe they can catch the stinking Who's slipping, man. Offensive and defensive stars of the game from my man Press. I really feel like Carolina is going to have to run the football, and I'm just really hoping that somehow, some way, that can be in Freddie Kitchens' mind. But it's really weird because you never know which back it's going to be. Is it going to be Juju? Are we just going to go with Benjamin Hall? Is he going to get the majority of the touches? I'm going to be honest with you. If we're going to get downhill, I need Benjamin Hall getting some touches, dude, in the A gap. If we're going to run off tackle, maybe Juju was the guy that needs to touch the ball. And, so if Carolina's going to win, I'm going to say that the player of the game is going to be one of the backs. So I'm going to go with Benjamin Hall. This is, of course, given the fact, if you will, that Carolina is going to upset the Virginia Cavaliers 24-23. And I'm going to go with Benjamin Hall, and I'm going to say that Benjamin rushes for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's going to be my player of the game on the offensive side of the football. And I think that one's kind of a, that'd be a gimme if Carolina's going to win this football game. And then on the defensive side of the football, I think Andrew Simpson's going to have a big game. And I really like what they did with him at Cal. And so I'm hoping that they can get him in the pass rush and just kind of be a menace to Chandler Morris and maybe force a turnover or two and get a sack, maybe a couple of TFLs. But I'm going to go with Benjamin Hall on offense, and I'm going to go with Andrew Simpson in this one on defense, making some splash plays, maybe even being the reason that we get a turnover, whether it be a stinking fumble or an interception, just being a menace in Chandler Morris's lap. But that's what I'm going with, man. That's what I'm stinking going with. Carlton said 28-13. Chris Batten, I missed the players. Dick Crum had hard. The stinking hard bodies. Yeah, I mean, I just miss those kind of stinking dudes, man. Seems like they're far and few in between, man. Just don't make them like they used to. They just don't make them like they used to. And to just have a little caveat off of the offensive defensive stars. Dude, somebody's got to make a play on special teams, man. I just can't say that enough. That with the offense the way that it is, I remember I'm not gonna call them out, but I was listening to another show where they were talking about free yardage. Why are we bringing the football out and getting tackled at the 19? Why it's free yardage. Well, if your offense is already not moving the football, what the hell does bringing it out to the 25 do to you? I mean, I was kind of surprised, man. Like, we got to be better than this. If your offense isn't moving the football and then you tell your punt returner and your kick returner to just fair catch the football or don't bring it out, how does that make any sense? I mean, you're probably going to go 3 and out. You might move the chains one time. You're having trouble extending drives, but let's just be safe and bring it out to the 25. It's nonsensical to me. It doesn't make any stinking sense. We've got to get people in different phases of the game, i.e. special teams, the punt returners and kick returners. We got to get our best athletes back there to stinking return some kicks and some punts, man. We've got to make splash plays in different stinking phases. We've got to stinking make splash plays in different stinking phases. I mean, I'm sorry. What good does it do to fair cut your punt when you got 20 yards of grass, but he's good at fielding the punt. Do you really expect your offense to drive the length of the field and put points on the board? No. So why not stinking bring it out and see if you can find a stinking seam? That's just common sense to me, dude. That's just thinking common sense to me. But until we kind of make those what I personally believe are common sense, plays, things that are going to assist us in actually winning games. It might be what we've seen. It might be what we've seen, man. It might be what we've seen. So 919-590-3514. Give me a call, man. Predict the score right, dude. $575 coming your stinking way. Right now we got 3. Well, technically we got 4. My prediction was 24-23 Carolina. Preston said 21-20 Carolina. My son, Little Russ, said 24-21 Carolina. So everybody's predicting it's a stinking close game. And then Hutch went all the way out there at the edge of the limb and said UVA 34-17. Yeah, that's true, Press. At least I just wish that he would, grab that bad boy and do what he did on the first kick return or the punt return that he had against Cal. Bring it out, man. Build that bad boy, dude. If you got grass, man, let's go. Senior year, man, make a splash play. Make a stinking splash play. It's got to come from somewhere else, dude. It's got to come from somewhere else. Even if you flip the field, dude, or you bring it out, you field the punt at the 30 and you're able to get a 15-yard return to the 45. Well, guess what? Now the offense has to move the chains once, maybe two times, just to at least get into field goal range, as opposed to we got the ball at the 25 and they're having to methodically drive their way down the field and get 50 yards, in order to even be in consideration for getting points on the board. I don't know, man. I think that it's, if you're lacking playmakers on offense or ways to get them the football, the next best thing is to try to score on special teams. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone with Russ. Who am I speaking to?
This is Wesley J.
Hey, what's up, Wesley? What you up to, man?
Not much, just hanging out at the house, watching this good old show on YouTube.
My man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you for hanging out with us, man. What you got for me, Wesley?
I got us 16-14.
16-14, Carolina, right?
Carolina, baby.
Oh man, dude. So
we're gonna go down 14 zip, and we're gonna come back second half and kick some field goals.
Oh my goodness. So
we might get 7 before the half, and after that it's gonna be all field goals.
All field goals, and we're gonna ride Verhoff to victory, huh?
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you. 16-14. I mean, it may need to be, the defense might have to play that kind of game.
We get it down around the 25, just kick the field goal. Just put some points up there.
I hear you, man. I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Yeah.
So 16-14, that means the defense played pretty daggum well, right? Holding 14 points.
I'm feeling it's going to be both ways.
Yeah.
Nobody can hold on to the ball. And it's just going to be a weird one.
It's just going to be a weird football game. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that weird at this point plays in the hands of Carolina. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to pull it out if it's weird.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, let's think and make it weird as possible then. For sure.
All right.
For sure, man.
Let me get off of here now.
All right,
I got to get back to work. I
appreciate you calling in, brother. Make sure you come hang out during the watch party, and I appreciate you calling.
I'll try my best. All right, man.
All right, brother. All right, man. Thanks, man. Wesley said 16-14. Got you locked in, brother, for the $575, man. I appreciate you calling in, Wesley. Appreciate you, man. I think, Wesley, that's the first time caller, man. I appreciate you, brother. I really do. 16-14, man. That's, I mean, if they, I mean, hell, if they can hold Virginia to any of these scores, aside from Hutch's pick, I'd be pretty excited about it. I'd be pretty daggum excited about it, to be completely honest with you guys. But it's gonna have to be that kind of game. Defense is gonna have to play their ass off, dude, to keep Carolina in the football game for sure, man. For stinking sure. So that's Wesley is the fifth one, man. The fifth one. We got any more takers before I get off of here and take my butt to bed so we can all go to work in the morning well rested or somewhat thereof? Any more takers? 919-590-3514. If you want to call into the show, try to get you this gas and water bill money. $575 stinking dollars. All you got to do is think and predict the score, man. That's it. We're a bunch of homers and Hutch. 100%, bro. 100%, man. Bunch of homers and plus Hutch. 100%. 100%, press. Well, if there is no one else, I don't want to stink and hold you fine people up. I appreciate you guys hanging out with your boy late on a Thursday night. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, bro. And y'all make sure you come and hang out with your boy, dude, on on tomorrow night for the basketball game, obviously, and then Saturday, dude, at noon. Um, see if Carolina can get it done. See if Carolina can get it done, man. So anyway, I love you guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. If you're working tomorrow, man, y'all be safe. And we'll see you guys at noon for Carolina and Virginia in the South's oldest rivalry, the 130th edition, man. To the people that stinking care, this one actually means stinking something, man. So, love you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out. It is a great day to be a daggum Tar Heel. And we'll catch you boys on the next one, baby. Go Heels.